Nature is so peaceful from a distance.
Getting ready to do a journal prompt. I found a good one for today, a good shadow work prompt. It says, imagine you're coming to the end of your life. What is the biggest regret you fear having the most? How does that make you feel, and where does it sit within your body? So I finished writing my journal prompt. I'm gonna read it out so that you all can hear. What I fear most is feeling like I didn't lead my own life. I don't want to feel as if I let societal norms and traditions or the opinions of people that I value or don't make decisions on my behalf. Also, never also fear never having the financial freedom to accomplish my goals. I feel worried that I can only have time or money. I feel a little nervous and bold for asking God for things that I haven't seen anyone close to me live out. These emotions sit within my head because in my heart I know that I can accomplish anything that any human has ever done. I really love that my grandma instilled that in me. Even as a full grown adult, there are so many things that I can learn from her. And it's actually funny because I don't know why my mom went to my grandma, but it's her birthday today. It's her birthday. I had an interview for a Fortune 500 company, and when I did the interview, I was nervous. I felt like it went well. I felt like the interview went really well, but I was like, no, I'm not going to get the job because I'm so young and they're interviewing other people. And I called my grandma and I told her that, how I was feeling insecure about my age and job experience and the fact that they were interviewing others and that they were such a big company. I didn't think I was going to get it. But she didn't even tell me anything. She asked me a rhetorical question. She asked me, what makes you any different than anyone else? What makes it less possible for you? And I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. And so ever since then, I've kind of been living by those words. I've been like, if any human on earth can accomplish anything, I can too. So if you can, I don't know, whatever. If you can go to Jupiter, I can go to Jupiter. That also makes me think about this trip that I really want to take. I've been saying that I want to go to Tennessee. I have family in Tennessee, and maybe I need some background. So I used to work for the Missouri History Museum, and they taught us how to do a bunch of different types of research. So we've went to this special library. I have to find the actual name of it, but we went to this library where we were able to find different, we were able to use different artifacts, different like old documents, and yeah, just different old documents to research to find out whatever. You can look at old marriage certificates, deeds, and birth certificates, and death certificates, and maps, and I don't know. You can look at all type of stuff. So I'm sure that they have that in every state. So I really want to go to Tennessee, where my family is from, and see what old information I can find and try to do some ancestral digging myself and see where it leads me. Um, just because I don't, I'm not sure about the accuracy of like those different ancestry or like DNA tests or whatever. I'm not sure about the like accuracy of the, what do you call those websites? those things where you like send in some of your DNA and they try to like find some of your family. I don't know. Or like find like your ancestral roots or whatever, like your origin, your ethnicities. Um, I'm not sure if those things are 100% correct. And I feel like, what do I have to go off of? And like, what do y'all have to go off of? So, yeah, I try to do some digging of my own.
The problem with waking up early and getting your day started is that you want to go back to sleep at like 10 or 11 a.m. because you already been up for like 5 or 6 hours. Gianni decided to lock the bedroom door, so I'm a professional criminal now. Gianni told me that drinking this smoothie was the worst day of his life. And then he asked me for some water.
I've noticed a pattern in my life where I find myself too deeply invested in things to see the bigger picture. For example, I've been wronged by people in the past, and because I'll know a little bit of their struggle or because I'll understand a little bit of psychology, I'll completely dismiss whatever intolerable thing that they've done. The problems that I ignored only got bigger. I decided who people were, and then I expected for them to play out that role rather than finding out who they were. I invested in potential. When people didn't play the role that I wanted them to play, I adjusted my values. Today, my shadow work prompt asked, what are your core values and why have you chosen them? How do you live out your values daily? I said, I try to be kind because life is hard enough. You never know where someone is in life or just mentally. I also like when people are kind towards me, and I like to bestow that upon others. I show kindness on a day to day by showing random acts of consideration. I try to be as kind as I can with the energy and resources that I'm willing to spare. It differs day by day. Next, I said authenticity. I like to be authentic because I feel that I have a unique purpose or message for the world. I'm still putting that into words if possible. I try to be authentic by actually evaluating my choices, blocking out the noise, and getting to know myself better. Next, I said happiness. I like to be happy because life is short and the good times are what we'll remember. I live out happiness daily by keeping authentic and planning and or building a future that considers my wants and needs. I've realized that some needs look like wants. Next, I said love. Love is one of my core values because it's one of the most permanent emotions in this ever changing world. Sometimes you can't get rid of it no matter how bad you want to. I show love daily by sharing my time, energy, space, resources, etc. Lastly, I said contentment. Contentment is arguably more important than happiness. Contentment keeps us going on a day to day basis. I live out contentment each day by expressing gratitude and romanticizing my life. I try to give myself an experience when doing the mundane tasks that life insists on. I really like this shadow work prompt because I feel like it made me really think a lot. I have been avoiding doing it for a while, to be honest, because I couldn't really come up with an answer about what my core values were. But once I got one example, I asked one of my friends, I got one example from her, and I was like, oh, I don't know, they just started pouring in. And I probably have even more, to be honest, but I can't think of them right now. So I don't know. The list is subject to change. When I wrote about love, I thought about the saying that change is the only constant. And that made me think about the fact that I've never stopped loving anybody that I began loving. If the love is not healthy, I just distance myself or change the nature of our relationship. So I will argue that maybe love is another constant. Maybe we just stop feeding it and shift that energy elsewhere.